Hello, welcome back. Last time I debugged my counting knowledge, and then anything else just kind of refused to happen. But it's a new day, I have a fresh perspective, my optimism has recharged, and I've had an idea that I think has some potential to lead to something. It's a little bit of a stretch, but I think it's only a little bit of a stretch. I'm going to try it. So here in Universe, this is a place where I have not located the input panel for the... I don't even have words for what I'm talking about, but you know, the thing that I need to point the map at and input a code on. There at the map viewer, I can go suspiciously high. And this place is all about traveling to other astral bodies around this observatory. And I was suspicious last time of the idea that maybe I need to go somewhere that is not one of these 4 obvious points of interest. Hang on, so here's this one, here's this one. Right, I identified all of these. The one that I'm on now, the one with the telescope, I'm going to say is Universe. This is clearly cube-shaped, so that's Earth. The one I was saying looked like Earth is just as well identifiable as air, and that could be an octahedron there. Because, you know, it's like plants and stuff, so I thought Earth, but, you know, it's vines way up in the sky, like a treetop, so this is clearly air, I would think, if I'm identifying these ways. And, like, this was the code for the octahedron in the air zone. This was the key for a puzzle there, so yeah, the association is strong enough, even if it doesn't look like it on the outside. And then there was another thing. Where am I going? At one of these places was very small, the one that has the circle in it. It's not the triangle, is it? I don't think it's the triangle. It's not the cube, it's the other one. The other one's like way down on the horizon somewhere. Hard to spot. Okay, so now I just want to see... Yeah, okay. So, are you the one I want? Blue, so you'd be water. That's an icosahedron. Or a hexagon, depending on your perspective. Yeah, so this is the small one with this thing that, when I look at it, very distinctly frames this circle. Looks kind of like an eyeball. I look at things in the telescope to go to them. This has all of the symbols. So the idea has occurred to me. What about the exact midpoint between all the bodies that I can travel to? It's just going to look like space, but it's a point that's identifiable. And if I'm to take that visual metaphor somewhat literally, then that would be right about here? Nothing, huh? Well, it seemed like a good idea. Well, hang on, but what if I include the body that I'm on? Well, where even is that relative to the rest of these? I mean, the sun's kinda near it. Well, doesn't look as though that is what it is. Unless I'm just aimed wrong, because like, okay, so here's one, here's one, here's one, there's another way over there. And then I'm on one now. I guess that's the weird thing. Like, now I'm doing the midpoint between 4 things. Yeah. Well, I'm just kind of taking the midpoint between those 2 because they're kind of in between where that is and where that is. The cube's a little farther away, I feel like. Okay, well, that seemed like a good idea. Alright, so, backup plan. 2 of them. Number 1 is to go back to the hub, which is quicker this way. And just spend a bunch of time here and see if I can just locate this blindly. I don't like that very much, but I might have to do it. See, the thing is, like, if I can go there, I have the code that starts with pentagon. So if I could locate the panel, then I'd get a beacon that would show me where I'm trying to aim here. Did I see something move? It's like shining. But I don't think that means anything. But that would assume that I would actually find the thing. Because yeah, like, there's nothing interesting on the surface. I can't go very far underground. I can go farther underground than I thought. Whoa. Okay, now I didn't actually get as far as really properly doing the thing where I said I would visit the spots in order. But see, I can't do that because I have to come back to Pentagon each time, so this seems like a flawed plan, but because I said it and haven't actually tried it, let's try it real quick. So this would be... So let's start with the one that is after Pentagon, which is Hexagon. So that's the bluish thing there, and I guess I'm just going to visit and come back right away. So we'll go to the bluish thing, which is... Yeah, I can orient myself based on this. It doesn't change. These are stationary in space, as far as I can tell. So I'll visit you, and come back. This feels more far-fetched than what I just tried a moment ago. Okay, so then I'm back on Pentagon again. So then the next one would be Triangle. I'm missing... There it is. Next one would be Square. Whoa, hello, I see something. It's the cube. Okay. It just looks weird from that angle. That's the next place I'm going. So cube, you're over here. And then diamond or octahedron. Okay, yeah, so from here I can see the icosahedron. So this would be that thing. And then from here back to Pentagon, I guess. But yeah, like, I'm not visiting them in that order, because there I went Pentagon, Hexagon, Pentagon, Triangle, Pentagon, Square, Pentagon, Diamond, Pentagon. There's way too many Pentagons to have that in the proper order, and of course nothing happened. Okay, well, I've tried it now. I said I would, and I did. So next... Ugh. Next, my optimism dies again, because I either have to brute force this, which sounds very unpleasant. That does go suspiciously snugly inside that elevator. Or I have to look through everything in the entire game with an eye for clues and notice something that I never noticed before. Or discover an interaction that I never discovered before. Or, another alternative, I go back to the title screen, I press the new game button, and I go through all this again with an eye for secrets, with the ability to traverse to places that seem closed off to me now, like that sliding tile puzzle in the Earth spot. I don't think I want to do that now. That'd be a very last resort, probably after just canceling this LP or looking up an answer or something. Those are on the same level for me, by the way. Looking up an answer is a very, very extreme, pretty much last resort. Any answer that's pushed to me through any communication channel gets carefully avoided. Anyway, so, looking around very carefully, the thing I'm most looking for is, a series of... something I can interpret in any way as a series of left turns and right turns. Without involving straights? That's the thing. Like, I can't go straight in the Mushroom Cave, so I can't do this. Like, I could start here. I need straight, straight, left, left, right. But that's not a thing. Or from here, you know, left, right, right, straight. Yeah. Don't think this cactus is anything. Anyway, yeah, so this is going to be my process. Just look at every element in extreme detail and say, can this be interpreted as a series of lefts and rights, or as something else that I have not thought of? This? Okay, there we go. I don't think this can, and this was already the key to a puzzle. Or, like, stuff that I looked at that was never the key to a puzzle. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay, I found something that technically could be interpreted as a series of turns. Right here, this is right, left, 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 left. That's a simple enough sequence. I'll input it when I get there. I doubt it'll do anything, but, you know, I'm looking for anything at all, and maybe that's something. I just noticed the clouds here are triangular. That's pretty good. And I went back to activate the beam of light, just in case that changes anything here. Remind me, does it? Does it change anything with, like, the circle or something? No, see, that's beaming on the panel here, right? I don't think I've compared, like, what this looks like with the beam and without. Okay, it's not particularly dramatic. It's just that. And the code for getting here didn't start with triangle, right? Or for getting here, for that location. Did it? Nah, it started with square. Alright. So here are some mushrooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I ever count the mushrooms in the green cave over there? Well, hang on. Now I'm interested in doing that. 4... 1, 2, 3. They're transparent ghost mushrooms. Kind of hard to count. Probably means nothing, but you know, I'm looking for any detail at all. Any detail at all. Okay, so what was that sequence? Oh, I need to raise this. It was right, left, 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 left. Up. I should have a travel route to that thing, right? Oh, wait, but I can't... Okay, right, need to rearrange this. Oh, there's a little mushroom hole in this tree. Well, isn't that fun? I don't think that's the clue, though. Don't see any way to interpret that as a series of lefts and rights. Okay, so I think I'm in an arrangement where I can reach this thing. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Several clusters of 4. I see one on my right. Wait a second. Are the mushrooms themselves the clue? I see this on the right. I see that farther to the right. I see lefts here. Okay, anyway, the code I wanted to input was right. See, this is unchanging. Left. 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 See, this is why I don't think the mushrooms are hinting me at anything, because they don't change. But maybe they still are. So is there any way... Okay. I don't think so. Like, I mean, I'd have to make some sort of gigantic leap in logic here to interpret this in any way. And I don't have any of those on hand right now, so I think the clue must be elsewhere. There is a straight in here, but I guess that's left, left, right, left, left, right. I've probably tried that by accident at some point. So here's a mechanism I haven't interacted with in a long time. I pressed this button, it revealed the thing. There's no real reason that I can't just, like, mess this up and be okay with that. Let's go in here and fiddle with it. So if I press that, like, once... These rotate this around. This is no longer powered up. But like everything's still in place just fine, and I got the key out of that already. I don't think there's anything interesting about alternate arrangements of this, but since it's a thing I haven't interacted with at all since I solved it once, let's mess with it and mess it up, I guess. This is just a bunch of shapes like that. They don't really do anything. No, okay, this appears to be nothing. Well, this is cute. There are distinct constellations around at least some of these. I can identify a sort of pentagonal star cluster there, a diamond-shaped one there. I don't really see one for the triangle. There's a bunch of bright stars. Is it like that one, and then that one real close to the sun? Maybe. That's less distinct, but I'm just looking for 3 points there. This one's also pretty indistinct. There's plenty of squares I could draw that would include 4 stars and be approximately square. But yeah, the pentagon one was real obvious. Sorry, hang on, pentagon? I'm on the pentagon. Wait, is it hexagonal? Which one was I looking at? Shoot, where is it? Wait, where am I? Wait, what was I just looking at? There was a distinctly pentagonal constellation in my view a moment ago, and it's gone. Wait, did I make a state change? Did I move the stars? Because that was just plain as day. There was a pentagon around one of these, and now there's not anymore? Or I just can't identify it anymore? Stars are kind of twinkling in and out. Am I onto something, or is this just... But that was so distinct! Are these moving? Wait, let's reset. Where was that pentagon? I looked at it, then I looked away, then I looked back, and it was gone. Like, what was I even saying for the triangular one? Sure, I can spin around and get disoriented, but... Wait, or was I looking at this from another angle? I don't think I was. I was most recently here. I do not see a pentagonal constellation right now. I don't see much of anything in the sky there right now. There it is, way down there. Well, I say it. That's a pentagonal constellation. But where did it go? Okay, this is a moment when I need to, mid-recording, review some footage and see what it was that I was seeing and what I'm seeing now that's different, because I don't understand something, and it might be important. Okay, I rechecked, and this could just be a matter of perspective. So it was the octahedron I was looking at, this one here. And I was looking at it in an angle where the triangle was above, and it looked nothing like this. No, something changed. The stars moved, or the planets did. Is there some randomization to how the stars are? That was just so distinct, though. Are the stars in the same place they just were? Okay. I took a mental snapshot of what I just saw, and it matches that well enough. I definitely spotted something. At least a visual change took place here. Was it a state change? Like, what am I looking at? There's something going on with the stars. This is the point we're at here. I'm up here, like, yelling at the sky. There's something going on! I'm telling you, something's happening. But how do I understand it? It looked kind of like that. Did it look exactly like that? Let me compare again. 3 bright, 2 dim. Bright, bright, bright. Well, from zoomed out, those two looked dimmer. So, looking again at what happened on the video, like Pentagon happened to frame that, but then it's just sort of drifted away. So, I think there is orbiting happening, and I can actually see it happening in real time. I guess I'm going to sit and stargaze for a moment and see if these are changing position relative to where the stars are. It's just so hard to tell. Like, everything's twinkling. I can't really tell if there's motion happening here. But I mean, there must be for this to be as it is. Unless, like, the relative rotation of the skybox is desynced from the rotation of the elements in the foreground, and just by moving my telescope around here, I'm changing the star's position. It's more probably orbit. Like, I'm looking at that semi-bright star just below the octahedron. Yeah, zoom to this level, like, I can totally see an orbit happening. Okay, time is passing. Things are orbiting. Does that mean something, then? Do I need these in a particular position? Yeah, so star is, like, directly below that now. Okay, so it's just a real slow orbit. That's all I was experiencing, just orbital mechanics. Was it fortuitous that I saw a very distinct pentagon framing that? Like, am I supposed to pay attention to this? I should probably assume that I shouldn't. This probably isn't a thing. Just an interesting little bit of the visual language here. That an orbit actually happens. Is it the stars that are moving or the things? It'd actually make more sense if the stars were. Yeah, zoomed in, I can clearly see the stars are moving. And the planetoid is not. Or like my orbit is synchronized with theirs. Yeah, that thing's stationary, the stars animate. Let's assume for now I don't need to wait for the stars to align at a particular location and then a state change would happen. Unless, like, I get a clue that hints me to do that. Yeah, okay, there's the pentagon formation that was framing that. Yeah, same one. It just orbited away. Okay, so I think I wasn't onto something, but I investigated it thoroughly. Did I investigate it thoroughly enough? I'll tuck it in the back of my mind in case it comes up later and is actually a thing. So this is neat. I never really looked at this whole structure from the outside. Also, I totally forgot that air came before universe, but I'm here now. So that's the Vine Tower, and I can actually see the lower part where the bridge panel comes out. Now, can I learn... Since I can go back out here... Let's see, it's if it's anchored, right? So if I guess the panel that was here just disappeared. Yeah, it went away and that took its place. So if I anchor, and then I go one way, then I'm still where I just was, right? So I'm going to use that vantage point. So the tower itself is moving down, right? Instead of me moving up it or something. So if I go back and look... This won't help me solve any puzzles, it's just for fun. Yeah, the whole tower moved down. Kinda. Or what does this actually mean? Is there more to do here, I wonder? It seems unlikely, but maybe there is. Ah, what more could there be? I've tried all the permutations. But now, so... Take out the anchor. And this looks like... the same but greener. So then from there I can go down, but then like I'm actually down. Like I'm on this... I'm moving the elevator and the tower is staying where it was. Yeah, so I'm somewhere else and where the bridge is, so it's way up top where I get to the panel, that panel, I think, to interact with the... to deploy this bridge. Then it's way down the bottom here where I get to see the shapes at the underside of the thing. Then do a weird, uncomfortable bridge intersection to input the code on them in sequence. See, that was... There were quite a few leaps of logic I had to do there. Have I had to do something of this category in every world that I feel like I've fully solved? Which worlds have I more or less fully solved? Water, maybe, and air, I think. Yeah, fire, universe, and... what's the other one? Earth. Definitely have unsolved mysteries in them. Air and water don't definitely, but might. I'll be looking at water next, I guess. All these little stop-offs have been just nothing, just balconies to look out of. And notice that there's nothing to do, as far as I can tell. Okay, well, let's go to water, I guess, unless I find something else here. So just for reference, let's see what the tower looks like when it's all the way up. And recheck what's at the top of it, because I haven't been there in a while, because I only had to deploy that bridge the one time. Didn't have any reasons to go back and change it. So tower all the way up. Way up in the clouds, obscured by fog and stuff. But, you know, that's what it looks like. So wait, what does it actually mean for me to go there? Okay, so there's that, like, that interesting big screw made of vines there. So that's the mechanism that actually moves the stuff around. Okay, there's stuff to see here. You know, this is going to be the same thing but greener. Same thing but greener. And at the top, just remind me. No, this is the top. Wait. What's that? There's like a super dark void something there. Is that a spot I'm trying to get to? Is there more here? Hold on. Where's the panel that messes with the bridge? I haven't happened upon it today. Wait, but what else can I do to interact with this? Oh, hang on. Can I keep screwing this up and down if I re-anchor? Wait, there might be more stop-offs than I... Yeah, so what if I re-anchor and do this? Alright, I screwed in the tower by one rotation. I screwed... Hold on, I saw something interesting in the upper right. What is that? That's the way to universe. Okay. So hang on, can't I repeat this process and go different places? No, because now I move myself. Are there only 2 places of interest I can actually go? And didn't I go to both? Wait, hang on. Where's the bridge control? Do I not know? Well, if I have to ask, then the answer is obvious. So that's this balcony. We saw this today. I don't think there are other midway stop-off points. It's just the 2. Wait, but then where's the bridge panel? Isn't that it? Is that one of those things that I can only access once ever? No, I totally got there another time somehow. But how did that happen? Was it from the center point? So if I anchor this in the center, where is that? It like stops when it's at it, but this is the bottom. Hold on, this is the bottom, right? No, that's like screwed out all the way. Why is this suddenly not adding up? So I'm going to go to the center point. It'll stop for a second. Right there. That's the one. Isn't that where it starts, though? So from here I can go up and down. Do I get to a different place in both, or are these just the two nothing balconies that I've seen today? No, this is different. Okay, this is a place I haven't visited in a while. And that's how you get to Universe. Okay, so that's how you get to Universe. And then at the bottom is the bridge control? Yeah, so 3 different anchor points. Each one 2 different ways to visit while unanchored. And this will be the bridge control? Because it's the only one left. Yeah, this will be the bridge control. Okay, everything makes sense. And I have no reason to change it, right? I mean, I can. That's not bridging to anything else of interest, right? I mean, okay, I guess I never went here. Yeah, clearly I'm not meant to do that. I guess I never went here with the bridge the other way. Like, I found the bridge control before I came down to the bottom. So just to see, since this is something I haven't experienced, just in case, having the bridge rotated that way magically reveals a puzzle key. Hey, you never know. Maybe it will. Okay, so bottom of this should be bridge. So I understand how to get back to this, and yeah, bridge is out, and I can still kind of see the shapes, kinda, not as distinctly, but, you know, I can make them all out from here, I think. Maybe not all of them, but most of them. Yeah, no, I can technically see all of them. Hexagon, square, diamond, pentagon, and triangle's way back there. Yeah, it's indistinct, but I can see. But this certainly hasn't revealed anything. Okay, well, it was worth a try. Hey, wait a second. Have I ever pressed this button when the thing was active? I don't really want to search this out again. Let me go to one that I'm sure I can find. That would be Earth. So I press this. Nothing really happens. It does reset the orientation. I go somewhere else. Okay, it just homes me to... So that's now its home. But here in Universe, the home is just like where it started. Because the button's not lit. And it is always the same. Okay. Okay, it resets its home when I find it for the first time and it stays lit up. I can point this at other things, still. Now, is that interesting? So let's go to Earth. Because I know about Earth, sort of. I mean, it makes a very distinct beam. So first, I'm pointed at Earth. Let's go observe the beam. Can I move this thing? There is beam. It goes somewhere. It'll just turn it off if it's not aligned with the special spot, right? Just as if it's, Wait, where's the exit? Here. You follow the green in the ground to get there. Yeah, this won't move. It'll just turn off, right? It looked like it turned off. That's water. I went to Earth. Yeah, beam's just off. Sun's not beaming anywhere. Okay, so nothing of interest, but now I've tried it. So this is kind of interesting. Here's a panel where I can control this first symbol, and it doesn't appear to change anything about the behavior. It's just the basis. So this is like my playground where I can learn that the basis is the same. Anyway, 13 was the number that I wanted. It's easiest to think with triangle here. So that's 10 plus 3. that's the wrong number. Did I want this plus 5 more? $18, yes, okay, 18 was the number, got it. Okay, well, and yeah, so that certainly doesn't have a mismatch with my understanding of the mechanics of that. This did some kind of like reset with... So I walked up to this one, I pressed the button, and it did something unexpected. Did it? No. No, it didn't. That makes sense. No, then I started poking at this, and that's what changed the number. Never mind. No, everything makes sense still. Yeah, I don't think there's anything here for me. I think I fully solved this world. Yeah, water's done. There's really nothing else to see here. So, I'm pretty convinced I'm completely done with water. I should probably be as convinced that I'm completely done with air. And those are the two that have their second level adornments. Okay, so now I'm left with more dire options. I'm left with brute force here in the universe. I'm left with looking up an answer. I'm left with quitting this LP. I'm left with starting a new game. Yeah, all the answers are pretty dire. Was there seriously supposed to be a clue somewhere for the Earth Cave that I just have looked at like 10 times and somehow haven't identified as it? Like, how cryptic can that clue be? Or is it something that I just haven't seen, maybe? This doesn't look very brute forceable. Like, this is a huge search space. Look how far I can go. I'm gonna need this beacon to call out to me before I can actually find it. Yeah, so I think I'm just taking the brute force option for this off the table. Let's just say that's not an option. Because, like, clearly it's not in the ground. Clearly it's not underground. I've looked all around in those two places. So it's up in the air, probably, unless it's just, like, some unidentifiable spot on the ground or underground. Yeah, I think it's up in the air. Like, I have to do something. Find a pattern in the stars and use it somehow. I mean, I tried that today and it went nowhere. Then, like, pick a reference point down here. Well, no, just have the beacon call out to me so I can find it up orbiting around the planet somehow. Okay, well, I'll make a decision on whether I'm looking up an answer to something or, like, asking somebody I trust for a clue or just quitting this game entirely next time, because, like, I don't have any choices left. There's nothing else I can do here except continue this process, look at every zone again, possibly not find anything again, speculate on stuff that isn't really a thing, drag this LP out for 100 episodes where nothing happens in 80 of them. Let's not take that option. I can do better. So anyway, basically, like, this is me failing the game. I've lost this game by not finding whatever clue there was to find, or another way to look at it is just like, my interaction with this game designer just didn't work out. Like, we weren't enough on the same wavelength for me to discover what I needed to discover to proceed here. Like, I am declaring myself hard stuck in this game, and I will find a way to cheat to get unstuck, because it'd just be better for everybody if I didn't just, like, abandon this LP just because the answer hasn't come to me as hard as I've tried. So, okay. I'll find a way to abandon the purity of the LP by getting an answer somewhere. And next time we'll input that answer and yeah, see where it goes.